so you refrain from the use of flash photography. Also, we ask that you do not use flashlights of any kind. So jump everyone, I'm your safari driver JT. I'll be your safari driver here for the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Now above your heads you're going to see an animal study guide. There you can help yourself identify some of the animals that you might see here on the reserve. I'm going to be pointing out a lot of the animals here, but if I do happen to miss one, feel free to point it out to me, but just not too loudly as we don't want to startle any of the animals here. So right now we are in the Little Aturi Forest. A lot of the animals here like to hide within these trees and bushes, so definitely keep your eyes peeled. See how good your vision is here. Looks like already on our right hand side we found the greater kudu right here.
Oh, look at the kudu.
The greater kudu is one of the tallest antelope in Africa. Can stand up about 55 inches tall at the shoulder and weigh up to 750 pounds. Now they are sexually dimorphic animals, which basically means there's a clear distinction between the male and female. The way you can tell is the male has horns and the female does not. So that was a female greater kudu.
Look at the bongos.
Also on our right hand side, looks like we found the bongo, this reddish tint color animal. They're called the ghosts of the forest because of how rarely they're seen, so it's a real treat to be able to see it right now. Those heavy horns will kind of point backwards to help them get through the thick, tangled underbrush. Also on our left-hand side is the saddle-billed stork. The saddle-billed stork can get up to 5 feet high and have a wingspan of about 9 feet. Also on our left-hand side is a black rhino, kind of blending in a little bit, but he's just standing still there. Yeah, there you go. So the black rhinos can be about 3,000 pounds and run up to 35 miles per hour. The black rhino doesn't have any main or natural predator, but their main threat is humans due to poaching. There's only about less than 5,000 left in the world today. People will hunt for those horns, which is made out of a substance called keratin. It's keratin. It's actually the same substance that makes up your fingernails and your hair. So we're gonna make our way out of the Little Aturi Forest and make our way into the Safi River. Here in the Safi River, you might see some of the more aquatic animals. We'll see what we can find here. Yeah, it looks like we already found a river, so hopefully there's a good chance that we might see some. So it looks like on our left-hand side, we did find some hippopotamuses here. This is a group of them, where a group is called a bloat.
Oh, look at one, look at one.
Now they'll spend most of their day completely submerged underwater. They can spend about 8 minutes at a time completely submerged underwater. It's kind of moving around there. Now, hippos have different ways to communicate by grunting, snorting, and growling, but another way they can do that is by the wheeze honk. They will do these wheeze honks to help them find each other while they're grazing during the nighttime. Every single hippopotamus has its own wheeze honk, very unique to them. Also on that left-hand side, you're going to see the pink-backed pelican on that island. The pink-backed pelican gets its name because of the pink coloration it gets during mating season. They're also colonial nesters, so they'll nest in groups of 20 to 500 pairs. Wow. We're going to continue on. Hopefully we can see more aquatic animals here. Yeah, it looks like on our left-hand side we already found the Nile crocodile. Right over there. The Nile crocodile is the largest in the crocodilian family in Africa. Can get up to 16 feet long and weigh about 500 pounds. Now they are very strong and forceful predators. They've been known to take prey down just as big as they are, if not bigger, like wildebeest and even zebra. So So we're gonna make our way out of the Safi River and make our way into the savannah part of the reserve. In the savannah part of the reserve, you might be able to see some of the more popular animals like giraffes or even some zebra, or elephants rather. Over on our right hand side, looks like we found the baobab tree. It also gets its name the upside down tree because it kind of looks like it's upside down with the roots sticking up in the air. Now the baobab tree can spend about 9 months out of the year without any kind of leaves on it. That's because it can hold a lot of water hidden within that trunk of its tree. Now animals know that there's a lot of water hidden within that trunk, so they'll go up to the baobab tree and drink out of it. So it also gets a nickname, the tree of life.
It's a big savannah. Probably up by their gate. Look at all the wildebeest. They're everywhere.
So we're gonna take a closer look once we go around. But on our right hand side, you might see shadows with very long horns. That's the Ankoli cattle. Very impressive horns. Those can get to 3 to 4 feet long each. Those horns kind of act as a AC system for them, have blood vessels that run blood through it, so it allows them to disperse excess body heat. Also on our left hand side, if you see him walking around, the spotted hyena is on top of the cave there. Hopefully he comes around and we can see a better look. He's going to be on the right hand side now, kind of walking around there beside the cave.
Oh, there he is.
So spotted hyenas, a lot of people think they are scavengers, but they actually hunt for a vast majority of their food. They're very social creatures, and in the clan, the females rank the highest out of the males. The lowest ranked female is still higher ranked than the highest ranked male. Now on our right hand side, looks like we found, the white bearded wildebeest. In Afrikaans, their name translates to wild beast. Now the wildebeest the herds will take shifts, one resting and the other shift doing the watching for the herd. When the herd is watching after the other side, they all watch in different directions, keeping watch after predators from all locations. Now, like I said, we are gonna get a better, closer look. Here it is with the Ankoli cattle. In African culture, Ankoli cattle, the more you have is actually the more wealthy you are.
Here you go, Kobe.
Go ahead and take a stop for you for him. There you go. And like I said, the more you have, the more wealthy. So farmers will,
Do you see that?
at nighttime, herd them into a pen with thorny brush called a boma. And this is so they can stay away from any predators that might be around. So during the day, they'll graze the grass, and during the night, they'll be put away. Looks like on our right hand side, we got another one of those white bearded wildebeests.
The giraffes are going to be around the corner. If they're out. This is their gate to go to their barn.
Now on our left and right hand side, those are termite mounds. You might have saw a little further back as well. These kind of act as a scratching post for elephants. And antelope will also get on top of these to give them a better vantage point to look out in the savannah, make sure there's no predators nearby. They're made out of saliva, dirt, and dung, and they're actually able to get as hard as concrete since they sit out in the sun for so long.
Oh.
eventually. Well, that's what I'm going to do without the degree. Yeah.
Oh,
Look at
here we
them.
go. So on our left-hand side, looks like we found some giraffes here. Kind of walking around, strolling along.
Damn giraffe.
I'll go ahead and pull up and take a stop so everyone can get a great look at these.
You're gonna miss them.
You're missing them. They're over here.
Look how they're walking.
So these are the tallest land mammals in the world. Can get up to heights of 18 to 20 feet. Now, when newborn giraffes are first born, they can fall from heights of 6 feet high. But despite this, they're still able to start walking and standing within its first hour of living. This helps them protect themselves from predators that might come by. Now, they all have kind of unique patterns to them, the same way that we have our own unique fingerprint. And since they have those very long legs, they can get up to speeds of about 35 miles per hour.
Super cool. We just keep ours in sheds.
So it looks like on our left-hand side, you might be able to see an elephant just standing out there in the reserve. So elephants, they flap their ears back and forth to help themselves cool themselves off. They can get their body temperature down by 15 degrees. Now, elephants might have dirty backs a lot of the time. That's because they'll use their trunk to spray water and dirt onto their back. Kind of acts as a natural sunblock for them. So the same way that we have curfews, the same way that elephants have curfews as well. During the day, the baby elephant will hang out with its cousins and aunts and uncles, but during the night it stays very close to its mother. Over on your left-hand side, looks like we found the greater flamingo on this island here. Now this is the lightest pink flamingo in the flamingo species, also the largest out of the flamingo species. Can get up to 9 pounds. When flamingos are first born, they have gray feathers, but their diet, brine shrimp, which is made out of, or has keratin within it, gives them that pink coloration in their feathers. So they only get those pink feathers because of their diet. Looks like on our left-hand side, the warden has made a poacher's platform. We use that just to kind of spot any poachers that might be here on the reserve. Looks like we got some and confiscated some of the horns and ivory tusks. Now we just made our way out of the West Savannah and into the East Savannah part of the reserve. Now on the left-hand side, if you kind of look, there's some cheetahs walking around. It might be hard to see there, but they are there. They are the fastest land mammals in the world. Can get to speeds of 60 miles per hour just in 3 seconds. They're the only large cat that hunts during the day. Very cool to see those during the night. Now, since they are so fast, they are also very successful hunters. They get their prey about 50% of the time that they want.
They're stopped up there.
So on our left-hand side, looks like we found a lion up on the hill there. It is a male lion right there. Go ahead and pull up and take a stop. There we go. So lions will take about 16 to 20 hours of the day inactive, but the 4 hours they do use is to hunt during the nighttime. The females do a lot of the hunting while the males stay back and watch after the cubs for the pride. During the daytime, their vision is about the same as ours, but at nighttime, their vision gets 6 times more powerful, which makes them very strong night hunters. And they also have padded paws, which gives them a silent approach when they're stalking their prey, making them, again, great night hunters. Looks like on our right-hand side we found the water buck. Like its name suggests, water buck do spend a lot of its time in by aquatic environments.
There's Bontabak back there too.
They can drink an enormous amount of water, so whenever they find a spot to drink a lot of their water, they don't really migrate much. Now we're heading out of the East Savannah and making our way into the Magadi Glen. Well, it does look like we're heading back to the Warden's Post, which is where I'll be dropping you guys off. Now, I encourage all of y'all to learn as much as you can about conservation, because without conservation, a lot of the animals that you saw today could go extinct. It's anticipated that the elephant could have only about 20 years left until it goes completely into extinction. Unless we do something, and as we know, extinction is forever. Something you could do to help out with conservation is by doing recycling efforts. You can learn about recycling options in your local communities to help out, or you can help directly by donating to the Disney Conservation Fund. You can donate any amount that you want, and every amount that you donate, Disney will match it, dollar for dollar, penny for penny. Now, that donation will go to conservation efforts all around the world to help out reserves like this one, and animals that you saw today, and some that you didn't get to see today too.